It's season 13, episode 1. We're talking about the girls are back together. Eddie's having heart surgery, and there's a sketchy zipline. It's all starting right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We got each other. We got each other.
I love my friends. I love my friends.
Oh my god, we all just met, guys.
I know.
Let's be honest
We're
about
just
it.
getting to know each other. But maybe we will love each other.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yes.
Maybe there'll be drama. It is Orange County. Guys, welcome to AfterBuzz's Real Housewives of Orange County After Show. I'm your host, Hollywood Leon. Welcome. It's episode 1, season 13. It's a brand new panel. It's a brand new cast, kind of. There's some new girls.
There's some OGs in there.
But it's a new show. It's episode 1. There's so much to come. But let's just start it off now. I have Maite with me. Let's kick it off.
Hey guys, I'm Maite. Super excited. I can't wait to talk about tonight's episode.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm back. My name's Thomas Erlina for those of you that are watching for the first time, and I can't wait to discuss Real Housewives with you.
Hi guys, I'm Haley Clover. You can find me on Instagram at Haley Clover, and this is my first Real Housewives panel, so I'm excited.
Same.
Welcome.
Really?
Yeah.
Bring
That's
the
awesome.
sass.
You got it, girl.
And I'll bring the class. Like the Countess. Class with the Countess. That was a little New York. You can catch me for doing New York on Wednesdays, but for now, it's Orange County time.
Yeah.
It
Let's
is.
kick it off. I want to talk about the taglines right away, right off the bat. Who had the best tagline?
It's funny because we're gonna disagree here,
Yeah.
but for me, it's Kelly.
I thought Kelly's was hysterical as well.
Like,
Kelly
call
brought
yourself out, girl. I love it. You are on the prowl.
Hold on, Maite.
It's just so in your face. It's
Is it
just-
Vicki for you?
It's Vicki.
That was
yeah.
my second choice.
it. Really?
It's Vicki.
I'm with you on the cougar.
Yeah. It's
I love that
it's
one.
a total obvious though. Like that girl is just born to be a cougar.
That girl is poison.
She just
Yeah.
kind of came in the season and she came into the franchise and just really took it over when she first came on the scene.
We talked about it. I actually started at AfterBuzz Real Housewives of Orange County with Thomas.
Yes.
And Kelly was one of my favorites right off the bat. We talked about it, and I was always a Kelly shooter and always at will be. Everyone
fun.
knows I'm very loyal. The Bravo fans are loyal. When you like someone, you just like them all the way till the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Even when Vicki was, in her Brooks crap, I still liked her.
Exactly. We all were just hoping she would get a casserole. So we vote Vicki number 2 because it looks like Kelly's going to win for best tagline. They were fantastic. So let's get right into the episode. We open up with Tamra and Eddie. And it's nice to see them. It's nice to see what they're all about right away. They're getting a new place. They're getting out of their old space that he had with his old life. And they're moving on with the new. And right away, he's saying no to Vicki.
Yeah.
Setting the tone for the whole season, letting us know that there's going to be a problem with Tamra and Vicki back together. There's going to be a wedge. What do we think about this right away?
I like that with him, he is just being honest. I think that he's going to let the women, get to their cool ground, but he has issues with her, so he needs to address them, and I think that makes good for a storyline as well for them.
Yeah, I just don't see Tamra not being close with Vicki again now that they're back together. There's just some type of cosmic energy that brings those two together. Like, even when they're fighting, if she says something funny, like, Tamra always laughs. They're always going to be close, so Eddie needs to get on board, because otherwise I don't think it's going to be good for him.
Exactly.
That's true.
Especially for his health. The whole thing is like such a huge health scare as well.
Totally. Yeah, it's scary. Heart problems are nothing to joke about, and it was nice to see him in this vulnerable state. But let me just say right off the bat, Eddie is still so sexy.
Yes.
13 seasons, and he's still like the sexiest guy that's ever blessed the franchise.
Him?
Like,
Yeah, he
hottest
doesn't age.
husband.
He doesn't age.
Hottest
doesn't.
husband. So yeah, it was really nice to see them, and then we move on to Vicki, and she's telling Steve, Vicki doesn't want to live alone. Vicki doesn't want to live alone. Vicki wants a husband. Vicki wants a companion, and I'm like, you have a boyfriend, and you're telling him this. He's probably gonna think, are you talking about me?
I know,
Because I'm
right?
here. I'm your boyfriend. So
She's so direct.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Vicki is still the same. Obviously, nothing has changed.
No, I love that about her though. The fact that she just puts it out there and she tells him like, hey, I don't want to live alone. This is not something I want for myself. You need to put a ring on it, and let's call it a day.
Which he's
But
clearly like living there already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to just make the adjustment already.
Well, she said he's been there for 2 months. He just hasn't changed his address, and that's like the big deal for her.
Do we know if he's divorced previously?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
I know we know
He was
very
married
minimal
once.
about him.
He was married once and divorced.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for her, it's like, how many times do you need to get married? Like, for
She wants her love tank full.
Does it really? I know, but it's like, does it really even count anymore?
If
Like,
she was here, she'd
does
say,
it
you
matter?
know what, this is the way I was raised, and I just want to be married.
Yeah.
And that's just how we do it. You get married, and I want to be in love. That's what you would say. I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
That's
same
just how we
here.
were raised. We get married, and then we get divorced, and then we get married, and then we get divorced, and then we get married,
Exactly.
and then we
It's just
probably get
it's
divorced
a
again.
cycle. It's a cycle.
It's a pattern. It's a vicious cycle. People that are married just want to get divorced. Clearly, as we see with Kelly, who is just giving us such a bright light. And we're going to get to her, but what I really want to talk about is how people downplay what's really happening. Tamra's talking about her house.
Oh, God.
I'm like,
Tell me
girl,
we're getting to the
first
square
of all,
footage.
That house
First,
is
I
nice.
can't.
the house is perfect.
Yes.
It's big, it's beautiful, it's bright, it has a pool.
It's
and
like
she's-
for entertainment too. The
Exactly.
backyard
Yes.
was amazing.
Yeah.
And
I
you
could
know-
live in that backyard.
And you know Bravo agrees with us because they wouldn't have shown a full-blown montage of the house after her comments.
Yeah.
I love Bravo. They're so shady. Vicki wants to do better with the women, and she's telling this to Steve as we're looking at Tamra's house, and we're just getting a little bit of glimpses from all the women, seeing what they're up to, and now we're looking at Shannon. And Shannon is,
I can't.
It's Shannon
Yeah,
is the
I
same.
can't.
So it seems like Bravo, they're going to give us a progression of Shannon. She's just not going to come back skinny and be like, I got it like that. I'm divorced. I'm skinny. I got it going on. We're going to get there. So
Yeah.
I think by the end of the season, we're going to see a new Shannon, 10 pounds lighter, just got it going on.
Well, she'll be more than 10 pounds because she's already 10 pounds in this episode.
Yes.
Down.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think because we've seen her on Instagram and she's
Yeah,
definitely
she's
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But right now, I feel like she's still in the same state emotionally as we
Yes,
saw her
for
last
sure.
season.
Yeah.
I don't want to see crying Shannon
I
anymore.
don't either. That's
First
one
episode.
thing I can't deal.
And you know what? We're rooting for you. I want to see you happy. So I can't wait for her to be happy because when she is on it, she's on it. Like when she showed up with the helmet, I was dying laughing.
Shannon's funny, especially when it comes to costumes. She's always the first one
brings
in a
it.
costume.
And let me just say, her kids, they look like they should be in the band Haim,
Oh, yeah.
which is an all-girl group here from Los Angeles, here in the Valley, Sherman Oaks.
Oh,
I
my
love
God.
them.
You're
I want
so
them to
right.
I want them to reprise like their girl band like days, and I need that to come back.
That girl band was legit. This is why I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys are Haim. They need to be mentoring with them. And yeah,
They
Opening
grew
for
up
them.
a lot.
They did.
Yes.
they did grow
So
up a
much
lot.
older than the last season.
You just realize, like, through the kids, how much older we're getting and how fast it's coming.
They
They're
look
just a
different just
constant
over like
reminder.
1 year. I was like, whoa, they look different already.
Yeah, from 8 to 16 years old. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You're 16 already? How is this happening?
And they look great. It's really exciting to see them growing up. But Shannon's talking about, from 14,000 feet to 4,000 feet.
4,000.
Obviously, it's important because she's giving us these numbers, so we're going to take it. Obviously, she's feeling that. So it's not going to be a 24-hour comeback. It's going to be a progression. We're going to keep it honest. And you know what? I appreciate that. I'm ready for her to be happy.
Yeah,
I think she will be by the end of the season. I really do,
Hopefully. Because we see Kelly and she comes right back and she's in the same boat as Shannon, except she has a completely different
Oh,
attitude.
yeah.
Different outlook.
Yeah.
She's
Totally.
happy. Let's talk about Kelly.
I mean, she couldn't have been more ready for divorce. Like she was, it took forever to get divorced, but like in her mind, she was already single. So that's why she just hopped right back into the dating game, like right when those divorce papers were signed.
Yeah, she's shedding light on all these other women who are also going through divorces. And she's kind of like that brighter side that you need in your life. Like, you always need that friend that's going to tell you and take you out of the dumps.
Exactly.
But the fact that, like, her house doesn't look all that amazing as everybody else's, and yet they're complaining more than she is.
She's so happy about it, though.
It's like, yeah.
I think it's
That's
like the
authenticity.
freedom part of just like getting rid of her last relationship and just moving forward. And even though she doesn't have as many great things as she did last season, that doesn't matter to her. And you just see like a lighter, happier side to her. It's like
Yes.
all the women are like happier this season, which is nice.
Exactly. Even Kelly says it. She doesn't say the exact square footage like Shannon did,
Yeah.
but she says, I'm in a tiny 2-bedroom and I love it.
But that's also why
And I
they
love
love
it.
the Housewives. Because we want to know that they live in a 14,000 square foot house.
Absolutely. I feel like that's
We've
how it
seen it.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
I
like,
want to know that you're really unhappy in a 4,000 square foot house.
please, diamonds do not make you happy. We need to know about this.
Oh my god.
I totally agree. I feel like this is how the franchise started, but eventually we fell in love with these women and we root for them. And I feel like they all take turns being at the mercy of the public, and I love them for that. So
I want to see Kelly go on all these dates that she says she's not going out
she's
in.
going
But then
to
she's
show
gonna
up.
get to
Going
that.
to.
I hope.
I need to see these guys.
Do you think Shannon is gonna revisit her like business venture that she had that she was gonna do with
Oh, the
David?
restaurant?
The restaurant and everything. Do you think we're gonna see that this season or
I didn't really see anything in the preview. Hopefully they're not, they leave a lot of stuff out. So maybe
They
there
do.
will be a little glimpse of
She
her.
does have the middle orange, though, doesn't she?
She does,
So
yeah.
we're going to see a lot more of Shannon than I think we're expecting. Like, they always, I feel like, always pick on one housewife every season.
Yeah.
And you get much more of the, like, you know,
Middle
drama and, well, yeah, and they're going
Everyone
to,
loves a comeback.
but I don't know if she's going to have a total comeback.
we're
I feel
hoping
like it's
for
going to be a
one?
progression, but
I think it will
eventually
be,
there
too.
will be.
Yeah, okay.
She needs a
Towards
hot
the end.
boyfriend to kind of complete that image. You're skinny now, you got it going on.
Yeah.
You need a man
Go
now,
on Tinder,
you know?
girl. Tinder.
You think Vicky's boyfriend is gonna that match is gonna work out for Shannon?
I feel a boyfriend for Shannon would just make it better for her. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
don't.
I don't think so either.
you don't think
No,
so?
Shannon needs to go to therapy and be okay with herself before she's ever going to be able to have a relationship with someone else.
Well said.
You don't
you
think that
do?
she went on the
Yes.
off season?
No,
Okay,
she's still.
You were in a relationship for 20 years,
Yeah,
had
no, no,
kids
no.
with them. I don't care
No
if you're in
time.
one off season. It's going to take 100 off seasons to be totally okay with
I
that.
wonder if she's progressively like realizes that she does need to take some time off to really find some inner peace. I don't know if she did that. during the
RuPaul
off
says it. You got to love yourself before you can love anybody else. But I really do feel like sometimes it just... You need to get laid and you need to
Oh, she
have
can
fun.
have,
Yeah, it helps.
She can have
And-
those F buddies, laying around, and
Uh-oh.
whenever she needs someone, she can just call them. She deserves that.
I
But
think
as
she
far as
deserves, a young
needing-
guy.
she does that too. But she can have a boy toy. She can have all of that. But she needs to realize her worth first.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because she has really low self confidence.
It's just really nice when you bounce
Sadly.
back with a hot young guy. Look at Tamra.
I know Tamra
yeah,
bounced back really
She
good.
bounced back really good, and she got a new face, and it looks really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks good.
So let's talk about the girls hanging out. There's little glimpses. We have a Shannon and Vicki coffee date. We have a Kelly and Vicki dinner meeting. And by the way, we're seeing glimpses of the children throughout. Let's talk about Jolie because she was giving me life. Hilarious how she was giving it back to her mom. When the two housewives ordered vodka and she just looked at the camera like, where am I right now?
Why am I here?
Why? This is ridiculous. It was pretty incredible.
I hope all these young kids that are on these reality shows really take advantage of their platforms. I know she's really young, but I'm hoping that Kelly can kind of facilitate, talking to her and you know what I mean? There are all these kids on these shows.
They really are.
Look at Kylie and Kendall, on Keeping Up.
I'm
you
just
know?
hoping that Jolie doesn't get effed up in the head.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy watching Kelly, or I guess enjoy is maybe the wrong word, but she does not need to divulge all of that information about her dating life and stuff as a mom to her young daughter. That's just going to screw with her head when she gets older.
Yeah. She's
Looking at her
taking
like a BFF.
Yeah, you're a mom.
Yeah. Well, I just think there's a time and place for everything. Maybe she could have just been at home while you and Vicki are out drinking vodka.
Yeah.
for sure.
She's old
You know
enough
what I
to
mean?
be at home by herself.
Yeah, but we're talking about the ladies, and I want to know, what do you guys think about what they were talking about specifically? The moving on thing, the hanging out with other guys after the relationship ends. This is what we want for Shannon, and we're clearly not getting it because when Tamra was giving it to Shannon, she's still out on her wedding ring. She's stuck in another phase. And I feel like Kelly is not. She's ready to go out and mingle. And I feel like that's what the season's going to be about.
Yeah, it's just
need it,
new
yeah.
energy. And I think when Bravo even does the everybody was in white and they rebrand the whole show, that's when Bravo's really banking on this season to be really good.
And we need it to be good.
We need
Yeah.
this. Yeah, we need this season to be good. And I kept on looking throughout the episode. I was like, there has to be something that stands out to me. And those last 15 minutes for me were everything. When I saw all 4 of them or 5 get back together, I was like, oh, I'm on the edge of my seat. This is gonna get really good.
The girls are
this
back
is your
together.
time to
Good.
shine. Yeah.
And I love how throughout the episode we're seeing these little meetings and they're really getting somewhere. They're reconnecting, like they're saying. Shannon and Tamra, I feel like their relationship is a little bit different. I feel like Tamra's in the stage where she's ready to just call out Shannon for everything.
Yeah.
I feel like she's at the stage with us where she just doesn't want to see her cry anymore. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to tell her about David. So, you know,
She did a lot of that last season, so I think like at some point you have a friend that you're kind of getting through something, and then you reach a point where you're kind of at the end of that, and you just want someone to turn the page, and I think that's what she's going through right now.
and that's what we
with
saw
Shannon.
tonight.
Well, I think Tamra's gotten over all of the stuff she needed to get over in her own life too. Like she has a good relationship with her mom, good relationship with her son.
Yeah.
I know her daughter. I'm sure she's still working on that relationship. But
Yeah.
for pretty much everything that she had to cry about, like Shannon does, like she's over it. And so now she's like, I just need the positivity in my life, and Shannon's not. bringing
Exactly.
that.
She's like, I'm good, so can you be good
Yeah,
now?
yeah. That's exactly
It's like
what
wanting
she's
to be
doing.
on the same page. Let's be on the same page.
You know,
Seriously.
so Shannon says, you know, David has a new girlfriend, and I'm never gonna get back
Oh
with
my
him,
God.
and I
Yeah.
never want to have anything to do with that. And she has the ring on still.
So she's 20 years younger than him. She's 34 years old. Which, when they mentioned 20 years younger, I was like, oh my gosh, she's probably like 22 or 23. But then they were like, she's 34 years old. So that's not too bad.
Well, Shannon's gonna make everything a little bit bigger, which brings us to our first poll. Who do you think is going to have the most drama this season? Let us know in the chat. I know you guys are watching. Thank you for watching. If you're listening to us on iTunes, we thank you so much. Download us every Monday night.
Yeah, and just quickly, AfterBuzzers, our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, more. There's networks that work harder to serve. There's no network that works harder to serve television fans than us. So we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. And by subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. So if you like shows like us, subscribe. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be. They're optional. Okay, so hit that subscribe button now for this channel. Check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. And let us know you did in the comments so that we can thank you on air. Okay, and for now, thanks so much for being the best fans and helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
We love you guys.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
We're moving on, and we're talking about how, you know, David has a girlfriend, but Shannon's lost 10 pounds, so we want to acknowledge that. And we want to acknowledge that once she found out about the ring, she was like, get this off of me, help me get this off. They ran to the sink, they got the soap. I feel like Tamra is a good friend. She was like, you know what? I stalked his new girlfriend. That is good friend
That
status.
is
a
a
good
good
friend.
friend.
Yeah,
We
I
all
love
need
that.
that.
I would have
in our
done
life.
that.
The only thing I didn't like about Tamra was that fake crying, which someone did bring up in the chat. BISP25. Totally agree with you. That fake crying in the beginning, I did not like that.
Guys.
Spit it out.
Tamra has been fake crying for 13 seasons.
Oh,
What do they call it?
yeah.
Crocodile
She
tears on
literally-
Atlanta.
It's always
This.
No, the
Everything-
worst.
it's
The
just
worst
that-
was this. Maite, hold my head.
That was iconic.
That was the worst.
And then,
That's like memes everywhere.
Oh my god.
Like a bad day.
Well, speaking of, Vicki calls Tamra while she's talking to Ryan, talking about Eddie's heart surgery. She's saying, look, everything went fine, but we found out other things. It might come back because there's complications. It took 10 minutes for her to get that out, but Vicki did call. He made the funniest face,
He did.
letting everybody know he is not down with Vicki.
That's because she offered to buy him a juice. Buy her a juice.
And he was like, an effing juice?
Yeah.
You know what?
I love how he did that on camera because that's stuff you don't do on camera, but he knows the cameras are there. He's been doing this for many years now, and he's
Yeah.
like, a juice.
yeah.
So funny. You know what? I'm going to defend Vicki. I'm just going to say
No.
this. I'm just going to say this.
It's the call that counts.
I feel like Vicki just sometimes doesn't know what to say and she gets nervous and she's just like, oh,
I don't
do you
even-
need anything? I'll bring you a
Do you not
juice."
buy that?
I don't even think it's that. I think about it. There's no way that that's the first time Vicky's texting Tamra in this situation or talking to Tamra. Like, Tamra's clearly been texting her for the last 2 hours.
Totally.
And then they're
Totally.
like, I better call, so I'm on camera calling.
Yes.
And then
It's in the schedule.
And then she's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I already talked about this, and this. Oh my god, I'll bring you a juice because it's new. And then to all of us, it's like, why would she offer her a fresh pressed green juice?
Oh, God.
That'll help.
It's so California.
It is.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
it
very
really
OC.
is.
I love green cheese.
I love that we brought up Ryan's.
Me too.
I love that we brought up Ryan because we are going to have a special segment that we're going to talk about a little bit later, but we want you to vote in the chat now. Who is the real MVP? Is it Jolie or Ryan? Because that's who we talked about. Jolie
that's a
was
good
making
one.
us laugh throughout the entire episode, calling out her mom, the faces she was making into the camera. But Ryan's short scene with his mom really gave it to us. That was really, really
life.
funny. I love that. So let's talk about the new housewife, Emily.
Interesting, very interesting. Like right when she was describing their relationship, I'm like, but is this gonna come back? I mean, I know when you fall out with somebody 2 years, she said, but when you fall out with somebody like that and you're on a reality show, I mean, that's gonna come back.
Ammo!
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know, I get it. Like she's on the show, Tamra brought her on, but you're bringing somebody on that you had an issue with. I mean, be prepared. Is all I'm saying.
Be prepared.
I can only hope that Emily and Tamra get super close, and then they bring Gretchen back next season.
Gretchen would love that. She's waiting in the wings.
She is.
Yes.
I know, but I'd be okay with it.
She's a friend
Yeah.
of Thomas's and I. She's been on the show.
Yeah, she was here last season, and she was
Fun.
she was very pleasant, and so was Slade. So it would be nice. I do
Exactly.
miss her.
We've come a long way with Slade. I used to feel a very certain way about him. And then he
Wow.
came into AfterBuzz.
Oh, did
was
you change
very
your
nice.
mind?
Oh, he's total daddy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Daddy! So it
You know
was
who I
full
hope?
circle, though.
Yeah.
Full
Who do you hope?
circle.
I think I hope for Ricky to make an appearance. I
Oh.
feel like
He
both
is a
of them.
thirsty queen. No.
I feel like they'll both be friends again,
I could
and
see
then
it, though.
Ricky will come and pop up. Maybe he'll pop up at Tamra's like housewarming party or
No,
something.
What I
no,
want
no.
Tamra to say is what the issue was. Did we ever discover what the
Yeah,
issue
the Eddie,
was?
the Eddie
Yes,
gay thing.
Oh, that.
They
But was
made
there-
out
at the
with someone. Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
Oh, but was there more to that, or did they ever?
Do we need more?
No,
That's it.
Girl, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Emily drives a Tesla, and it's all full circle. Like Thomas said, she's not just a party planner
Poor
and an
girl.
attorney. No, she is the person that owned the house where all this huge drama went down, where they were talking about Eddie making out with a guy. This was her place.
Oh, that was
It was.
Oh, I
This
didn't
is
know that.
full circle. This is why Thomas said this is all going to come back.
Oh my god.
I have a feeling. I
Tamra
mean,
said.
maybe not right away, but
Yeah.
at some point they're gonna have to rehash what they rehashed off camera on camera.
Yeah.
Because Tamra said we were so good, and then she did something that pissed me off. She was hanging out and associating with people that I wasn't close with anymore.
Was Tamra invited to that party too?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
because
She wasn't
Gretchen
there.
and Ricky were going to be there, so she felt like it was a total setup.
But Emily
an
even
ambush.
said this episode though that she didn't know that there was stuff going on between Tamra and Ricky. So you'd imagine she'd still get invited.
That's what she's saying. And no, she's saying no. What she was saying was she didn't know that Gretchen was going to be there because she invited Ricky, and Ricky brought Gretchen
Gretchen.
along.
Oh, okay.
And she's
I
part of
remember
the
that.
I hate
Tamra.
Tamra
Tamra
train. God, this is juicy. It's going to get really good, you guys.
Did anybody else think that Emily, as a lawyer, when they showed her in her office, was just the most awkward thing of all time? Like, she was saying, like, well, in section 1250
In,
of
like,
whatever. It's like,
jogger pants.
I'm sorry,
50,000?
not one lawyer that I've ever met ever,
Yeah.
like, talks that.
Exactly. It was a little
To the
Elle
book.
Woods.
To the buck.
Yeah, it was a little like, I better show them that I'm a lawyer and I work a lot.
She was like, do you have any idea what jurisdiction means? You know, she's like, tell him, Paulette, I'm here to take the dog. Like, it's just, it
I'm
was.
taking the dog, dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was very much, let me show you
favorite
that I'm a
movie.
lawyer,
Yeah.
as opposed to just being a lawyer. You know, you don't have to show that you're a lawyer if you're just a lawyer.
Right.
True.
It
was
was
a good
very
opening.
interesting. She was giving me Jacqueline Loretta feels.
Yes.
Oh,
that's a pretty good
Yeah, that's a good one.
comparison.
And we get
I
into
love her
this.
kids, though.
Yeah, her
We
kids.
get into the
twins.
family.
Super cute kids.
Take it off. Let's go with the family. Go in there.
Well, okay, so the way that she described her daughter, first of all, they called her, oh crap, did
Was
I
she
write
a
it
free
down?
child, a child of the woods, or
Well,
fairy?
a feral kid.
Yeah,
That's what
a
they
feral
called her.
kid.
A feral child that we got from the woods. And then she was like, oh, my boys. I was like, oh, God.
She's crazy.
Poor girl.
I love that she was poor though, because she was like,
Mm-hmm.
I came from like the free lunches at school, and I'm like, girl, I know about that.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I put myself in situations to make my situation
Yeah,
better.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
I
That's
like
totally
the
like my motto.
empowering just everybody. I love the energy that she brings. I think she's gonna bring a lot, and the fact that she has history. I think sometimes it doesn't work when the housewives are new and they don't know anybody.
Peggy.
Yeah.
It gets boring.
Oh God, don't remind me of Peggy.
Yeah. But with her, it's like she's already kind of weaved in with all these women. a
And we
little
don't
bit.
miss Lydia. Sorry.
No
And
one was here
Megan.
the first time
Anybody?
she
Megan?
left.
Oh yeah, Megan.
You know what?
Too.
I don't mind Megan sometimes. She occasionally brings it because she like gives it to them good sometimes. You know, when she was calling out Vicki, it was pretty good.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But sometimes Megan's kind of dumb. But sometimes she's crazy. You know, she's like, I called Newport Imaging, and we're like,
That's right. I totally forgot.
I hope she's a
This
friend of the
girl.
show this season because she
She
you know,
is.
she just
She will be.
she is.
She is,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
you guys, I love how I gave it to the panel. Let's talk about the family. And they didn't talk about the most obvious
Oh
thing.
yeah, the husband.
The husband,
I
you guys.
know.
This
Do we
was-
want to go in right away?
No,
Yes,
we are.
yeah,
Okay.
we
We
can.
are.
Weirdest thing
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, but we're gonna go right
was
into the
waiting for
husband.
that.
You guys, so weird. I'm sorry. I like him. Let me just say, I
You
like
don't even
him.
know
Get it
him.
out. Get it out.
But the
Get it
thing
out.
is, this is totally like a friendship, which
Yes.
I'm not
Best
bagging
friends.
on. It works.
It works.
It
It
does work.
works. You know what? Sometimes you should marry your best friend, because I've seen.
But they weren't
What,
even
and then
best
have
friends.
sex with other people? They don't even look like they sexually like
I
each other.
don't think so either.
Well, this
She's
was all through the
literally never
email.
seen him naked, besides when they were conceiving.
I don't know. It was very. Who proposes through Google Chat?
Hey, you want to
It
get
was through
married?
Google Chat.
It's
Sure.
just like,
Yes.
yes.
And then a few weeks later, they're
They're in
married.
Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not mad at it for the best friend thing, and we've seen the dynamic. Let me just say this right off the bat, guys. We're making a lot of predictions throughout the entire episode. Let's not get
Right, these are our
let's
first
not get tied
judgments.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not
We
let's
can
not
totally
get upset.
change our minds.
Let's not get upset out there, okay? We're gonna see how this plays
Trying to
out.
control every.
Right here.
Don't
You
do it
guys
now.
can think what you want.
Let's just not get the panties in a twist, because this is what we're seeing. And
Right.
so far we're just seeing it's a little bit weird, but it's working. So you know what? Muzzle.
Yeah.
And they look
Muzzle.
happy. It looks like a happy
He
family so far.
seems Shane seems very easy and reserved. And
Yeah, I feel like he's not going to get involved in any drama with the women either.
Oh,
He's
God,
just
no.
going to
He could
let it
care
go.
less.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just have him deal with it, which is the way it should be.
well, let's move on to
Yeah.
the best part of the episode, the obstacle course.
Oh my god.
I
Oh
want
my
to visit
God.
that obstacle course.
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Go.
Let's
We
do
all
it.
should do it.
Let's do it.
We'll do it for the season finale. And
Step
we'll
on my
recap.
finger and I'll kill you.
My finger.
You guys.
I'll be crying the entire
We
time.
all just met a couple minutes ago, and the first thing we talked about was like, did we like the episode? The first thing we talked about
Was the last 15 minutes.
the last 15 minutes were so funny. I was dying.
It was
but
good.
We'll get to this. We'll get to the sketchy zipline as we teased. But let's talk about the girls are back together, and it's a fun dynamic. I feel like it was super honest. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, their
do.
chemistry was just like still there. They looked like they were having such a good time, and I loved it.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see all of them be able to get together and, you know, it beats throwing dishes at one another. It's just like a new energy that I personally need in my life as well.
And
So
missed,
it's just
right?
good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely supporting each other with the little comments that we heard here.
Do
and
it for
there.
your daughter.
Do it for your daughter.
And normally Shannon would have been pissed, but she was like, you know what, Kelly?
You're right.
You're right.
You're right, Kelly. You're right.
This is growth. Hashtag growth, and I love it.
Yeah. And they look like they were having fun, which is important.
Which is really important because I wouldn't have. Like, I would have been crying. I would have been Vicki, and I would have been hurt.
You would have got through it though.
You can
But I
totally
would've
do
You
gotten
can
it.
do it. You could do it for the fans who watch.
Yes.
I was dying so hard when Vicki got her finger caught and she was screaming at Shannon.
Okay,
I
how
was
bad
like,
do we actually think that?
I don't think anything happened to
was.
Vicki's finger.
Was that a moment? Was that a Vicky moment?
It was totally a
What
Vicki
we
moment.
didn't see was that Vicki was literally just holding her hand in the air like this, and no one was stepping on it. The camera's just not showing, and she's just like, ah!
Producers are like, louder.
And then Shannon at the top was crying, her eyes
So
out.
funny.
Like I can't do.
When they went on the zip line and Kelly jumped off and she felt how sketchy it was. You guys, I've zip lined all over the world, internationally, might I add, and it's super steady. It's not scary because it's just like so steady. You're enjoying the view. The speed is like constant.
It's
I will say,
scary.
It's like
That was like a bounce.
But that's the purpose of these ones, because it's supposed to drop you in the
Yes.
beginning, so they have to keep the
this is to
tension
push you.
loose.
This is
Yes.
to push
So
you
you're
physically.
supposed to feel as though you're like falling, and then it catches you, which is like the scary part of it. But yeah, I mean, even Shannon looked like she was gonna smack her head on the ground when she jumped off.
Yeah,
Of
But
that.
I was like,
love-
the cord is going very low to the ground.
Very low. I'm like, I feel like one of them touched the grass with their butt. I'm like, it's too low. It's too low.
Yeah.
And Kelly, when she went down, she was like, the zip line was the scariest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And she looked back like, I can't wait for Shannon to go down. Push her off! Push her off! I was dying. Kelly is just the same. Still picking at Shannon, and it's really freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
It is.
Cue the montage of the quiet woman, her blowing on the glass.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, Kelly, she's so freaking good. She's hysterical.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the real MVP. What's in the chat right now? Who are you guys voting for MVP? Jolie or Ryan?
Ryan.
I'm gonna say Ryan as well.
Ryan too.
Oh, sorry.
I voted for
I think we're
Jolie.
gonna get a lot of Jolie moments this
Yeah.
season.
Let's-
So
All right, let's pull up Jolie, a picture of Jolie real quick. There she
Aw,
is.
Jolie.
This is the moment that I was talking about, the vodka, which was hysterical. She's looking
like,
at them
really?
like, look, you freaking drunks. Freaking hysterical. We don't have a clip of Ryan, but how can we forget that little look that he gave in the juice comment? Freaking hysterical.
I wonder if he's still married. Because I know
I
last
think
season
I-
he was getting a
he was
divorce.
having trouble with
Did they
that
actually?
girl.
They got married.
They got married.
No, they did get married.
They did,
But
okay.
we don't know if they actually got divorced. Put it in the chat if you know. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. I'm curious.
All right, let's move on to our Twitter sphere segments. Those are the little tweets. Tweets. are
That was all
coming
me,
through.
guys, from the podcast. I'm kidding.
I love those little tweets. So let's pull up the tweets. We're gonna be shouting you guys out. So if you guys want your tweet mentioned on AfterBuzz, tweet us and let us know. Like, we love that you guys are shouting out on Twitter. So this is the first one. It's who picked this one?
it was mine. It feels like Christmas Eve for us OC stands, and it's good that everybody's getting excited about this season because last season everyone complained. I mean, the tweets were really bad. They were like, it was
Thomas,
boring.
To educate the people, tell everybody what Stan is.
Stan is just like, you're way more bigger than a fan. It's just your whole life. It's everything. You're just a Stan. Go on Urban Dictionary as well.
I need to look it up.
Me
All
too.
right, and let's pull up.
Apparently, I'm not a stan.
I'm a Lou stan, a Luann stan, and I'm just a Bravo stan. So we're gonna shout out Cable Kimmy right here because she put Tamra's social media stalking David's new girlfriend is best friend status. And I totally agree. And while we're there, let's just shout out Amy Phillips, who's hilarious as well. And she put Real Housewives of Orange County voted most likely to leave the cast injured.
Yeah,
leave
leave
injured.
cast
That's so
event
true.
injured. Yeah.
With Vicki
Hilarious.
involved,
I'm
yes.
super blind. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
How hilarious is that?
Mm-hmm.
Totally
too
true.
hilarious.
I love that they showed the montage of Vicki getting hurt. That would have been me.
Going to the
That
hospital
they always
last
do the
year.
compilations.
Yeah.
The compilations this whole season, and then this whole episode.
They always put in the best little clips too, right? To make fun of one of the housewives, like right after they say something.
I
Like,
love
I
it.
never do that, and then they put in a clip of her like doing that exact thing, and you're like,
I
oh,
trust these girls, even though she said some really bad things to me. Cue the Tamra in the face.
Everything.
Oh, so freaking funny. Do we have one more tweet, Steven?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. My take
That,
ahead.
that
babe.
one's mine, and it says, ever noticed in any scene where the ladies are exercising, especially hikes, the only thing getting any workouts are their mouths? And that was by back to ICT.
And guys, thank you for being with us in the chat. Ronnie and Tabitha Roadhouse, Mike Bowman. We love you guys. Charlie in Charge, where are you, boo? Bisp25, we love you guys. It's really fantastic to have you guys in there, keeping us up to date and keeping us on our toes. We love that. With that, let's get into news and gossip.
Ooh.
we have some too.
AfterBuzz TV
We have so much news and gossip, and we start with kind of a downer. Annabelle from Ladies of London, another Bravo hit show. She's passed away. It's super sad. We have a
So
picture.
This is so sad.
So we don't know exactly what she died of. It's super sad. So we're just going to take a moment and say Annabelle Nielsen is not with us anymore, but we loved her and we are very heartbroken.
Loved her on
Very
Ladies of
heartbroken.
Yeah.
London. And she wasn't on the last season, but she was definitely a standout character.
Yeah.
For sure.
We feel very about this. We feel very bad about this because we love our Bravo girls. We love these ladies. They put themselves out there for us to be entertained.
Yeah.
And, we take it to a whole different level. We judge it. We do shows about it. We indulge in it. We devote our lives to it. So we really feel like we know these ladies sometimes. So rest in peace, Annabelle.
Yeah.
And we move on to Luann, my favorite housewife.
Luann.
And people have been messaging me, tweeting me, IMing me, like literally all day long because they know I'm a loose stan. They want to know, what do you think? What do you think?
What do you
know-
think?
You know what? I just think, this is what I think. She's just overwhelmed. you know, every season you have to do the show and then you have to relive it a year later. And when you're going through something as tough as not drinking and everyone's watching you, waiting for you to drink, basically rooting for the devil because they want you to fail, I feel like she just needed to take a step back and was like, you know what, I'm going back to camp.
Yeah.
I'm going back to camp. The chatter's too much. The pressure's too much. I'm reliving everything. And obviously I'm going through stuff. Like, I just tried to like, my kids are suing me. Her kids are suing her. She basically took the house.
Wait,
and
really?
So the kids aren't happy with Luann right now. So she's just taking a step back. She's taking a step back. And you know what? None of us are perfect. And I've said it before, I wish I could go away for 28 days.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So you know what? If you can do it and you have the resources, sometimes you need to take a step back because you are making mistakes and you don't want to hurt the people you love. And I know that Luann loves her kids, so I don't want to judge and I don't want to get all crazy. But I just want to say we're here for you and we'll be waiting for you when you get out. It'll be amazing because you've had
Another season will start.
Yeah, she's had an amazing comeback. And let's move on to OC News. Vicki is throwing shade at the ladies on Daily Pop, talking about how Emily has watched all the seasons and all the episodes of the show, and she was desperate to get on, and she had to audition, and Vicki didn't audition because she started the franchise. What do we think about this quickly?
Well, I think it's typical Vicki. You got to give the new girl some crap.
Ah!
Yeah, it's part of the process. I mean, if you're gonna be on here and if Vicky's gonna be the main girl, you better be ready for anything.
Mm-hmm. It's like she's the sorority and they're trying to get her back in. So I think she's putting some stuff out there.
Yeah, she's going through a hazing period.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
hazing
what it
period.
is, hazing period.
Predictions, Haley?
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
For next week, I think we see.
Tamra and Vicki and Eddie trying to get together. What do we think about this?
Oh yeah. I think Vicki. I think Eddie's gonna accept it, but not really care. Like,
Exactly.
not gonna be real about it.
Totally agree with you, Thomas.
Well, Kelly and Vicky get into it next week, so I'm interested to see what that argument's about. I
we
predict
know
that
what it's about.
I predict they will get over it though.
Yeah.
Emily, I feel like we're gonna get to know more of Emily, and then we're gonna also see a new housewife come in, right?
Yes.
So that should be
Coffee.
Yes, we didn't get to see that We Are Talking Housewife. Where we're going to was a fantastic Fruits episode. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for chatting with us. Download us every Monday night as your host, Leanne Castillo. You can find me on all the things at Hollywood Leanne. Check out the blog. Check out me and Kevin Undergaro on Born This Way, August 15th. We're mentoring and showcasing AfterBuzz. Maite?
That's so cool. Hey guys, you can find me everywhere at This Is Maite. You guys tweet me, let me know your thoughts about tonight's episode.
Hey guys, now that you're done watching our show, check out my show. It's called Your Time with Thomas on YouTube, and follow me everywhere at Thomas Erlina.
And you guys can find me on Instagram and everything else at Haley Clover.
Bye, AfterBuzzers. See you next Monday.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.